thought his lane was going to be bad, but now he's going to be in pretty good shape with gold, picking up that kill for 300 gold.
And you got to notice that Cloud Templar was there by the time Xi reached the river on exit, so he was actually completely ready for that gank to go down. They're really, as I said before, playing in the minds of Invictus right now, but Invictus with that first blood still are 200 gold up.
This top lane actually is a little bit scary for XiaoXiao. With Xi hitting level 6 right now, no, I guess Kid did show back up, but a 2-on-1, that could have been a potential jungle gank. You saw Cloud Templar come in support for a short time, but looks like that top lane once again be safe. Let's gank in mid though.
Mad Life is azubu Frost now roaming the map. It looks like Zz1tai could fall, and he does go down to RapidStar. Still, more aggression from that bottom lane. Mad Life helping RapidStar with some plays there.
That's a nice little inverse there from azubu Frost. Normally it is RapidStar and roam, but when you've got that 2-on-1 lane, that's one of the things you can do. When you shove to the turret, you've got nothing to farm, you can kind of back off and do something else. Invictus was actually pushing the turret and dealing damage to it and setting up a tower dive. In this case, it was azubu Frost pushing that bottom lane and setting up a roam opportunity with Woong and Mad Life making that kill happen. Really, really nice play.
Now, Freak, with the swap, they're not going to be able to grab red buff as much. Obviously, blue buff not really assisting Shen as much as a mana-heavy opponent, but how are they going to factor that in if they still want to control the buff?
It's actually really convenient overall because now both these teams have their attack damage carries near that lizard buff overall, so Invictus will be able to easily walk up, pick the lizard for Porky, and the same thing happens for Woong on Ezreal. So it's actually more equal right here actually, that overall the buffs are going to be transferred kind of to the same people over and over. Again, PDD taking that bottom lane so that he can grab Golem buff. He's actually walking over there right now. They're going to keep sending him that buff so he can lane a little bit better, toss out more shield, and toss out more poke.
You can see Xi doing a little bit better, I believe, than Jarvan is. No, Xi actually 23 CS to Jarvan's 46. However, he does have a kill, and I believe they're both level 6 right now. If we see Xi falling behind, what problems is that going to present for azubu Frost in the late game?
They needed to get him to late game. 300 gold is nice, but now down 21 minions, that doesn't actually really keep up anymore. There's actually pressure at the top lane. Shen coming in.
Stand United is on. The taunt does not hit. Demon Slayer very nice. Leaving Kid on the outside to just continuously do damage. Cloud Templar flashes out of the situation, and Xi is forced to walk out as well. Very nice try there coming in, but wait, illusion coming in. The counter gank once again. Xi is forced to run. He has nothing to jump to. The Dustbringer hits. Extra speed for Nocturne. Good job by Cloud Templar bringing himself back for that assisted jump.
That was really good play on both sides, and that is typical illusion. Oh, here comes Zz1tai. He's going to find Cloud Templar. He's going to pick up one. Can he get the second? Oh, it is. Double kill coming out. That team roaming so much, picking up kill after kill. Invictus Gaming, the pressure is on. They've got their first turret kill. They're up 3-2 in kills. They're going to keep going.
Freak, you just said it. A clean wipe of the turret and a small minion wave down bottom. But it looks like they may just micro the damage in and out on this one if they lose it anyways. They're going to continue to attack. Illusion backs off. He trades the damage off here. And they are going to be able to grab a second turret. Now 10 minutes into the game.
This is absolutely the right play here, Invictus, making the dives happen. 2 turrets, that is huge right there. There is a giant open window now. Xi is going to have a lot of trouble now dealing with this mid game. Now, a really good ping by azubu Frost. They know everyone's stuck on the other side. They get a free Dragon out of it, and that's nice. Dragon equalizes the gold lead that you get from picking off a turret. It makes that pretty much the same, but the loss of these structures sets up for some bad mid games. Oh my God. Wow, PDD, one after another. Can you get out of this one? Taking a lot of punishment here. This looks like it's going to be a trade kill, but a nice dunk onto Woong. This is just crazy now, back and forth. These teams diving into fights over and over. Poor Woong actually had pulled turret, not turret, but Dragon aggro from the beginning from that, so he was very low on health, allowing that dunk to happen there. PDD, a nice pickup there. So back on that turret point, though, there's a lot of now open map on the left-hand side. Side is up top. He's very, very diveable. Expected to be very unsafe. Illusion will revisit that top lane a lot this game.
Now, Freak, how big does this factor in? Usually you see the bottom lane AD carries, support, all bottom lane. That turret goes down first or mid. Now with that top lane down to the second inhibitor, or second turret, now to the inhibitor, they can almost control Baron as well and just kind of farm that top lane down.
They can absolutely kind of put a lot of pressure and make the minion waves, give them a lot of map control overall. Exactly. The Baron, those turrets are gone on the Baron side. There's a lot of opportunities there for them. Oh my gosh, XiaoXiao taking so much punishment diving into the turret.
Oh, so unfortunate.
Wow, what a kill picked up. Mad Life, exact execution there. The pulverized headbutting back into the turret. That was a great overall job, but now we've got a back gank in mid.
Here comes Shen in as well. It's a 3v1, and they get their own gank. Cloud Templar onto Zz1tai. And there it is. They're just focusing on the aggression they can find now, surgically removing them one by one.
Perfect moves overall. Exactly. This is really the focus here for the Azubu Frost early lineup. There is a lot of early aggressors. A lot of crowd control is available. Cloud Templar now twice has actually used Stand United before the fight starts, saying, I don't care about the shield. I want to show up out of nowhere and just piggyback on top of a friend, making it 3-on-1 out of nowhere every single time. He's really now the playmaker here. It's not counter gank, it's just actual gank. Cloud Templar is really the force right now for this early game of Azubu Frost team.
So freak. Wow, Woong going down very low here. His mana just about the same, but the HP is not matching. The flash in, the last attack, the ignite tip, the auto attack to get it.
Nice job, Kid, making those plays. Notice that Woong burned his flash. Said, you know what? I can land that one last missile. Did so. Excellent job. Let's see if they move on and push for some more advantages. They could go for turrets with a number advantage on the map.
You know, Freak, Kid may be amazing on Ezreal, and that's going to totally help him play against it in lane as well. So the fact that they're both sides, the dunk down, the kills just going back and forth right now. Cloud Templar to come in to help, but no, it's not enough.
That is again Illusion being so aggressive, teaming up there as well with PDD. This is Invictus Gaming. They will dive your turrets. You are not safe under your turrets. If you're going to play Invictus later on in this tournament, guys, your turrets are not safe. You've got to be careful. Their third turret kill now up. 6-5 in kills as well. Invictus keeping the pressure on.
Freak, it took them 9 minutes to take those two, but it only took them another 3 minutes to take that one. This is not looking good for Azubu Frost. They definitely have not stalled that aggression that's coming from Invictus Gaming. They've been able to come out way too strong on each one of their ganks. Azubu Frost is keeping them some in it with those inch-by-inch fights. We did see him just take down Swain in mid. Zz1tai got a little aggressive, but they were able to come in with Shen. So they have a lot of possibilities, but we're seeing that all in the late game, and right now they may not get there.
This is going to be risky. Now, they're only down 1,000 gold, so they're holding on more or less. Azubu Frost, you know, they're not defending themselves to the ganks all that well. These ganks are succeeding really on all sides, but at the same time, they're still making ganks of their own. They're still pushing themselves ahead. You can see, again, 5 kills picked up because of the plays being made by Azubu Frost. They're not down really any significant margin of gold, so they want to keep those pushes going. And the saving grace here for Frost is that they have a great late game lineup. Again, Jax and Vladimir, if they can get rolling, and they're starting to, they're finally picking themselves up in minions. Actually, RapidStar beating his lane opponent in minions. Jax from Shy pretty close by as well, so they will continue to catch up throughout this game. And when we hit like the 35-minute mark, you're going to see just the general champion power actually shift over. I think actually the impetus is really on Invictus to make the plays right now and keep that pressure on.
So we actually have Woong going up and grabbing the blue buff. They don't really need it in mid so much. They don't really need it up top. And they're going to give it to Woong. He's down 2 kills, but he's up in CS. So they're really trying to gain the advantage back in this bottom lane. Still has perfect turrets on it.
And that's going to be really the next point of contention, I feel. With the 2 top turrets down, the first middle turret down, Invictus is going to look for their next big advantage, I think, at this bottom lane. I would expect to see some ganks coming through in the near future. Now, it's difficult to gank an Ezreal and an Alistar. There's a lot of crowd control and mobility still available, but they've still got a little bit of time with Woong's flash still down. Professional teams will time enemy summoner spells. And so, and it's really convenient, too, because Kid flash at about the same time. Kid can easily time Woong's escape ability to say, hey, look, Flash is still down, Nocturne show up, let's make a 4-on-2, let's get some kills. I expect to see that if they want to go for this next turret.
And it's really what Invictus Gaming has been doing. They're playing inside the mind of Azubu Frost. The homework has really paid off for them, and these lanes are, even though not so much aggressive for XiaoXiao and Kid bottom, they've been playing it wonderfully against the Alistar Ezreal that just came down there. We saw picking up the kill, Woong, or rather Kid for himself onto Ezreal. Woong trying to pressure. He has that blue buff. He should just be throwing out his spell.
And he is. He's poking as hard as he possibly can and getting a lot of damage out of it. This mid lane, once again, you can see that blue buff is so nice, especially for Zz1tai, who can spend his mana basically on health. That Raven form, his ultimate, it just makes, it sends these Ravens out, they deal a bunch of damage, and they return life back to him. And so it is so hard to shove him out of lane. He will keep being a force.
There's the Zenith Blade. Very nice headbutt, but they're coming in still. The pulverized wait, but Illusion is just on the outside, and the 3v1 comes in strong. Mad Life forced to walk out of this one.
That is, again, them timing that flash. It actually is coming up in the next 10 seconds. So RapidStar taking the punishment in mid.
Zz1tai forced to go back on this one. Cloud Templar is everywhere, and this shows you if they can span these fights out long enough and continue to have Cloud Templar in it, they're really able to stop a lot. However, this time they get Dragon. Last time they were top taking turrets. This time they're going to go ahead and grab the objective and have the timing on that as well.
Really, really good for Invictus. This is proper gameplay as well. Whenever you remove an enemy champion from the map, you want to do something for your team afterwards. Getting a kill and picking up 300 gold and then going and farming, it doesn't help you all that much. Picking up a kill and killing some turrets, picking up a kill and taking away Dragon, that is a big boost in resources. They're now up, 2,400 gold because they're not just getting a kill, they're getting a turret and an objective afterward. You're going to keep seeing these teams throughout this tournament convert kills into something else over and over and over again. That's the proper way to play League at a top level.
So, Freak, we have actually some builds coming out here. Oh, down bottom, some aggression on Illusion. He catches himself out. Xi is also down there as the top lane is really nothing to be had, and Woong finds himself a kill.
That was excellent. They actually snuck through the brush there and waited and kind of baited out Illusion to show up. So, Woong is chilling, not a big deal, but everyone else waiting in the brush and diving out of nowhere. That's really big.
So pressure on the bottom third as we see them taking top as well. Cloud Templar forced to flash. And that's going to be noted by the team. We just said they're keeping control of those summoner spells. It's down to that point where they have to know what's going to happen in these team fights.
And that just really sets them up still for this mid game. I don't think we're quite into full-on team fights just yet. I don't expect a lot of crazy pushes. It's not going to be a Baron attempt, but a lot of pressure at the top lane. Cloud Templar really getting shut down. PDD taking it down in a one-on-one. Burned his ultimate earlier to just get rid of the flash and then said, great, I've got cooldowns, let's do this. Picking that kill up.
Very nice job, and just knowing mechanics of that champion, able to close the gap between Shen if he doesn't have enough energy and just continue to beat down on him with that long range as he needs it, that Q. 6-8 at 18 minutes, Freak. 2,000 gold in the lead right after that Dragon in control of these turrets. Still holding off a shutout on turrets against the azubu Frost. Invictus Gaming has really came into this one strong. They haven't worried about the buffs in azubu Frost jungle too much, but they're really controlling them once they're in the lane.
Exactly. They are just absolutely making a lot of great moves. Really, both these teams are. They've both kept the pressure on 6-8 at 18 minutes. They're constantly showing up for kills. Now, sometimes they're getting away with the skin of their teeth and they're surviving just at the last second. But these guys are obviously looking for lane fights over and over. They are trying to get into battles. They're trying to bully their opponents out of lane, picking that kill up. You know, it's nice to farm minions, but you can farm champions. They're worth about 10 times as much, so why not do that instead?
We do see the Wriggles Lantern onto Nocturne, a little objective focused as well as map control for him. That armor really helps just his build in general, especially against this team. You have the Shen, Jax, Alistar, and Ezreal. You're really only looking for Vladimir with that AP damage. Jax a bit hybrid, but not going to factor into that huge fight too much. You see the bottom turret going down. Invictus Gaming just globally roaming right now.
It's really strange. You don't see this very often. A 5-man just runs to a turret to pick up that kill, because here's the counterattack from azubu Frost. It's a 2-on-0. This turret's taking a lot of damage, but looks like they're not going to keep the pressure on. They're worried about getting counter-ganked here. They're going to actually just trade a turret for nothing. Really, really nice move by Invictus, reading their opponents, knowing there was no push available, at least not enough push available at the top, and they're still going as 5. They're going to look for another objective for us.
You know, Freak, they really considered how much damage was in that lane. You have Vladimir and Shen. Not exactly the greatest tower pushers in the world. Somebody throwing off a ghost there as they were getting away. Yep.
Again, this roaming squad actually working quite well, and I might have called it wrong. They're milling around here Baron. It seems really risky. I don't think they have quite the Baron damage overall. Okay, yeah, now you're seeing Leona recall back. They're going to be safe, but it's a nice little move. Out of nowhere, Invictus Gaming is like, okay, normally people sit in lanes, they'll force a turret, they'll force an objective or something. It was like, guys, let's group up and flank someone. They actually showed up at the bottom turret, pushed that bottom lane away, picked up a kill there, and then just showed up as a team. The mid lane forced everyone else, Cloud Templar, RapidStar, to run away. They burned RapidStar's Ghost. They looked for Golem buff, and they're back to the lane. So, they spent 2 minutes roaming around the map. They picked up some advantages for it. Pretty good move.
Kid farming bottom still. The 80 carries quite close, 171 to 167, but still those 2 kills for Kid. He is really helping himself out here. And azubu Frost continues to roam. It looks like Mad Life is just hip and hip right now with Woong. He is not leaving him. And they are quite an aggressive group together, so they will go in onto some kills. XiaoXiao trying to get a little bit of gold for himself here. And support's struggling.
Yeah, also for getting some gold. It's really what these teams are doing,
Right.
you know, since the last year or so, is they've been really sharing the jungle as a team objective. If you call one of the members on your team a jungler, his primary profession is sitting in the jungle, killing off minions and ganking for the side. But setting up more gold for your team is a really, really good move as well. Azubu Frost finding a kill here on PDD, possibly.